is not free. So I'm going to give it over to you guys to cast Falcons against Niightmare.
Right now, this matchup between Niightmare Esports and Team Falcons MENA, it's match point currently. Can Niightmare Esports drag this further to a game 3 with their life on the line here for the MSC wildcards? We're going to find out in this one.
Well, let's find out. Because again, it's all about this level 1. How are they going to exactly prepare themselves? Because we are not getting a leash on either side here. Maybe just a little bit of a leash from Sano, but nothing on the opposite end for Niightmare. As mid lane is already in full control, Juviana is already doing a good job playing this level 1 against Sanji.
Yeah, this is that'll be interesting to see, I guess. Fact 2-wise, the fact that Benedetta really hasn't done too well in the wildcards, you know, looking for that win. But like I was saying, when it comes to down to the team fights, the spread of damage that this lineup that Niightmare Esports has is rather good. Also, Jasmine's gonna have to rely on the kicks again, you know, to make this work and set up the team. They just don't want to get set up themselves. Every single time we see this Atlas in play, you already know that's going to be a big problem.
Dude, Sanji needs help. He needs help right now. He's about to die. He's literally about to die. First blood by Juviana underneath the turret. He was not able to touch his wave for 2 levels straight. And now Jesbin is the next to fall as Cuffin secures the kill.
All right, so there's a trade. You know, a bit of a trade. Yeah, I am surprised just as you that he ends up dying level 1 currently.
He missed EXP. Every single time he walked up to the wave, Juviana came out. Made sure that he traded well, and Sanji, unfortunately, couldn't micro to get close enough to the wave to get the EXP. It's a losing matchup at this point, right? That 1-level lead is just too much for Sanji to deal with.
Let's see if he's actually able to go ahead and recuperate there. They might have to rely on Boyette. Sano's on this offside, though. No mid.
Are we not punishing this? Okay, I guess we're not punishing this. We're going to go straight to the turtle. Gonna leave the gold laners on an island. Sanji honestly really can't do much about this.
Goodness, level 2 to level 4 Juviana. He's pretty much not going to join this XP or this turtle fight. It's better they just give this up. Let's see. Boyette.
They're gonna try. Jesbin takes a bit of damage, but he's not afraid. As long as Sanji ain't level 4, there's nothing to be scared of. It's too easy for Lexi aura farms in their tri-brush.
Yeah, so this is a problem right now for Team Falcons, just because of the mere fact that you really can't compete in the XP lane currently unless some type of miracle happens. I mean, looking at Sanji here, you just see he gets comboed and gets brought to half health. Now the Petrify is available. If Juviana has the Electro Final Blow or not, he could probably kill Sanji at this point. There's pressure on this turret. Sanji gonna clear this minion out. He'll do just that. Hits the level 4, so at least now he's got the bravest fighter.
Oh, Juviana. That he did have an opportunity, a window while he was level 3 to maybe go for the kill here. Boyette tries to make an attempt of his own troll. Now in some trouble. He might have to use the Fatal Links, but decides not to. Gonna make sure that he gets on out of there safe and sound. Need to cover this purple buff for Boyette, but now Sanji should be dead. Oh, he flickers out of there just in time.
You talk about the value right now from Juviana. Oh, hold on. Okay.
Nice.
He's able to get away.
Good reaction time. Good reaction time. Making sure to use the CC immunity to not set up for another kill. However, Sano on the opposite side realized it's too easy for Lexi is here. Juviana in some trouble. Oh, yes! The Electo final blow is technically an iframe.
You love to see it, right? And he also picks up the Blade of Hespes off that. So now he's got the Blade. He's going to do even more damage to Sanji. And this is why Boyette's still going to stick on him.
Oh, how long can he do this for? Because again, without that ult, it's a bit dangerous. Fatal Links comes through, and now Jesbin really has no means of escape. Oh, flickers out of there, but the RWM is going to catch him in the net. Fish caught, and now they're looking for a second one. Boyette, oh, he gets hit! He gets hit! He gets out of there just in time. He still has that Purify, though. Lives to see another day. Somehow.
I was gripping the desk because I thought that he was going to stay there way too long. Would go down. He could have gone out a little bit sooner, but at least he had the beacon to use. He didn't have to burn the Purify. Team Falcons gets set up now. The second turtle of the game is up. Juviana, a big threat, though, to this front line. Here they go.
Oh, the Sentinel Valkyries into the Electro Final Blow to try to zone the rest of them out. Too easy for Lexi. Tries to secure it, and he gets it. And now the back line already having to move away. Troll lost too much health. They back. They're safe. Even Nomad getting double waves this time round. A better adjustment as the Xamot Force comes on up. Trying to get Cuffin here, getting pretty close, and now he gets it underneath the turret. Looking for one more. Sano needs the trade to make this worthwhile, but peels him off.
I'm really surprised. I don't know if he just expected Cuffin to survive that, but that Sano at least didn't kind of go a little bit more forward to, keep Nomad from looking to capitalize that kill? Because I was going to say, Cuffin is the guy right now in this game for Team Falcons. Was sitting at 3-0.
Oh my god.
No.
Bro.
They got him back.
Yo, Nomad. Yo, Nomad. He was so confident. He's like, I'm 1 HP. Don't worry, guys. There's no way they'd flicker on me underneath turret. Oh, they get the pick, though. Sano now forced to use his ult pretty early on. It's too easy for Lexi. He's absorbing the damage. Unfortunately, no fatal links, but a good way of the dragon to keep Troll underneath the turret. Oh, and it's good. Boyette finds Jespin with the help of the Ogi Shadow Kill. Gets the double as well, and that is top tier 1 for free.
Oh, man, that is a big pickup, too. Off the turret, Team Falcons MENA. We'll go ahead and make a big play up top. This is, again, it's coming down to it. When you have to break down what is happening for Niightmare Esports, where are those weak points in their play? It's, some of the decision-making, the positioning. This was a kick that had also initiated the fight, and then, they get collapsed on under the turret. Boyette has a clear sign to go ahead and use the Wiki Shadow Kill and capitalize on this around the real-world manipulation. So even under your turret, you are not safe.
Well, hey, look, Juliana now in a 1v1 against Sano, which is basically unwinnable for him. Petrifies Electro final blows, doesn't have enough time. It's too easy for Lexi. A millisecond off to get him out of there. Really unfortunate, but also, why?
Hey, man, that's their Sansan duo, right? The double fighters. It's working for them this time. Niightmare Esports keeps wanting to fight.
Yep, they're trying still. Oh, it's good, but Sanji has already taken out Nomad. Purify a little early there. I don't know. It's going out of control as Falcon now sending the reply, hey, we messed up mechanically last time. This time, we're going to outplay you.
Team Falcons MENA, this is what we've seen before. They're able to make these quick adjustments on the fly, punish the mistakes from the opponents, and that's what they're doing. Now Sano could be in trouble. All right, here's the cavalry, though.
Hey. What is this, the Brady Brunch, right? Another episode, once again, still going, the feel's good. These French princes so far doing a lot of learning, a lot of mistakes here.
This is one of those cases where if you can't get something on one side of the map, there's probably something else. Oh no, too easy.
Like what? What's going on here? Why are you walking through when you have no vision whatsoever? And Aiden is like underneath your turret. There is a breakdown in communication, and I think that's clear enough for people to see. They need to start being attuned to each other.
Yeah, something is off. Juviana.
Oh, gets out of there with the Electro final blow. They did get the Oki Shadow Kill, but Boyette adjusting very well. Waiting for the last second to take the Phantom back to hopefully find an execution. But Nomad gets a great push down on the bottom side.
Team Falcons isn't doing anything crazy across the map. They're just punishing Niightmare Esports' out of positioning plays. This is exactly what happened in Game 1. It's happening here in Game 2. Even when they had essentially a lead because of the way Juviana played the XP lane at the start of the game, that's essentially been lost. And now they're scrambling across the map to try to get things together. You can see the gold lane, the deficit there isn't anything too crazy, but Nomad just isn't where he needs to be. The team as a whole isn't connected. They really need to kind of hone in on this before this Lord takes. I almost expect them to potentially give up the first Lord, but with the way it's going, they might just throw themselves at Team Falcons MENA and hope to overcome them in a team fight.
Yeah. Looking at the items, Jesbin first time decided to go for Antique. He's specifically looking for Boyette, and that's why Boyette always comes in at the very end, because he knows he's getting targeted. I would have liked to see Jesbin actually just go for half the component and then immediately start leaning into the Dom Ice, because I think that's what they need more right now, as Sano is really starting to pick up speed.
Yeah, Lord's up. You can see still got Sano up top. Juviana's going to have to keep him. And that's the thing. Juviana is such a big part of the damage right now for Niightmare Esports that if he's not there for the fight, then Team Falcons has that advantage to work with. So they'll see Juviana up there. You got rotate happening for Sano. They'll give a clear sign to go ahead and start with this Lord. But I think Team Falcons would rather just go ahead and bait Niightmare Esports into a fight. It's at half health. They've got to decide here.
Yep, and now they're going to bait them right into the fight that they were looking for. Onto too easy for Lexi. They zone them out as Boyette secures the Lord. As we see that Sano getting hit by the way of the Dragon. Vengeance going to keep him alive, but that's just too much. And unfortunately, Sanji unwilling to flicker forward. However, Boyette almost catching. Oh, man, so close. Electro final boy gets him. Juviana turns it around, and now we see Aiden Lantern flaring forward, trying to catch as many people as possible. Can he pick up Troll? No, not enough. RWM gonna come out as a response at the intersection point. Juviana goes down. Sanji holds. He goes down to Nomad, and now they're looking for their backline. Troll the next to fall as Jasmine slays him.
Well, Niightmare Esports has been making mistakes all game. Well, that time, that was Team Falcons MENA overstepping after the Lord was secured. As you look from the instant replay, Sano did his job. He kept them busy while they secured the objective, and then Boyet decided to go and initiate the fight that they didn't have to take. And what ends up happening, they get smacked in the face. The wings were clipped in that one.
They just weren't paying attention, right, to Juviana getting into that back zone, even though they were the ones who actually took the ground from them in the first place. A simple mistake that honestly costed them a lot more than they probably should have. Now, gold score pretty even on either side, despite the KDAs going 8-11 as the total kill score.
At that point, Lord was pretty much nothing. Team Falcons pop and conceal, potentially want to make a play with Troll here, but he doesn't have the flicker, so if they can put some pressure on the tier 2 turrets, that might be all they can do before the next Lord comes up. Mistakes like that are crucial here, especially in the best of 3 format, especially in this elimination match right now through the wildcards, because Team Falcons, who had a relatively good lead, has essentially now left it almost to an even playing field, right? Niightmare Esports is slowly catching up. You saw the amount of damage that Nomad's actually able to go ahead and pump out now. He's still working, I believe, on his next item. He does get the Feather of Heaven. I'm not sure if he's got the Holy Crystal yet, but this is potentially a play they're going to try to make up top here. He does have the Holy Crystal, so Sano on Jasmine.
He's trying to sell this. He's trying to sell this as much as he can, but they also know that they don't have enough damage. They see Troll coming in. Jasmine's going to go for the kick. He's going to get hit. Fatal Links as well. They give the free pick over to Falcons. Going to get a little bit more. I did. Oh, thank God he had his ult. The barrier keeps him alive.
Yeah, good thing. I know what they had an idea there. It ended up not working out, but at least, granted, Niightmare Esports will get a tier 1 turret. It's something. It's a consolation prize at this point. The tier 2 and mid, they're going to try to hold it down.
Oh, the Electro final ball. He doesn't get the eye for an eye in time. Gets out of there. Ends up dying anyways. Boyet secures one. RWM next. As Sanji tries to move forward. Troll needs to peel backwards. Sano now finally back in. Needs to attack that back line. Unfortunately, can't close the distance. Ogi Shadow Kill being thrown, but thank God. Too easy for Lexi. Body blocking the shadows.
Good defensive play there from Team Falcons MENA. Playing around that rear-world manipulation cuffin to make sure that they had a way out and to also stop Niightmare Esports from moving forward. So they'll try to blitz this Lord, it looks like, to go ahead and secure it. The rest of Niightmare Esports just came back up. They are in position, though. It might come down to a retribution.
Let's see it. Let's see it. 50-50 here. The kick on towards Boyet's side. Retry open. It's anybody's turtle. And Boyet finally gets the Lord. Neutral objective secured. Backline now under attack as Sanji gives up his life for the greater good.
See what's happening here. Both Sano and Sanji giving up their lives for the team. This time around, though, Team Falcons MENA made that adjustment, said, hey, guys, we got the objective. Let's go ahead and reset, even if we lose one, to get to these base turrets of Niightmare Esports. Because if it goes on too long, the Niightmare Esports is back in positioning. They're almost there. They're getting to that point, especially, like I was saying, Nomad now has the items he was looking for. Feather of Heaven and Holy Crystal locked in. Lord's making its way. Down one member, this might not be too much value with this Lord again. Oh, Jasmine.
He finds it, gets the kick onto Boyet's side. Unfortunately, Juviana just a little late to the party there. Sano. Now Sano in the fight, the backline troubles the RW and cuts the fight in half, and they're going ham. Ida trying to peel backwards, and finally the Ogi Shadow Kill comes on out. Too easy for Lexi, still maintaining his life, but Sano says no. With endless battle purchases, this could be an endgame angle. Boyet's ready to fight, and inhibitors start to fall.
All right, Lord has work done. They couldn't get the mid turret just yet. They do have a wave pushing in still. 2 members are down. Nomad.
He's trying. Salmon Force is already through, but he doesn't find any kills. He gets hit by Landshaker, and unfortunately the Raging Blades is going to be enough to keep him off. They're running out of health, and Troll finally dies. Juviana gets it. Yoki Shadow Kill going for more as Jasmine takes out Sano, and they manage to hold at least one of their damaged inhibitors.
Okay, Nomad is still up. That's fine for Niightmare Esports. This is what we talked about with a double fighter lineup, though. You know, that range to knock down these base turrets, it's a little difficult. As we just saw, even with that Lord making its way, they really have to maneuver around those fights perfectly. So they only got 1 base turret. Yes, there's a sliver of HP left on that mid-base turret for Niightmare Esports, but ultimately, they kept it together. So as long as Nomad is staying alive in these fights, you can see there is a chance for them to stay in, potentially turn things around. It can just take one team fight. You're starting to get to that point too with Team Falcon men in the lineup that if they don't essentially have that Fatal Link setup they're looking for, or forcing a fight around the rear world manipulation, they sort of have to be a little hesitant on being overzealous into these team fights. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Fatal Links won't land.
And I think it's fine for now because Troll understands, hey, by the time the next Lord actually comes up, we're going to go back into that dance. He's going to get it back up.
Yeah. Again, sometimes it might just be, can I get a Purify out? Can I get one of the battle spells out? That might be best case scenario, but...
Oh, good sidestep here from Idid. These shadows. Again, keep in mind, Boyette, he is dangerous. He's 6'1" and 6 right now. He's got very relevant damage. Everybody is afraid of him except for Too Easy for Lexi. Jasmine, he knows that he's not the target.
Yeah, he's not. Lord's coming up here in just a couple seconds. Again, biggest advantage, too, right now for Team Falcons is they've only lost one turret in this game. Not too much that they have to worry about. Jasmine gets spotted out by Troll. Troll will go ahead and back off here. Both teams kind of feeling things out. Now,
I personally like the way that Falcons kind of play the macro game, right? If we are going to send somebody to set up for the push on the opposite side, let's just cover no man's land, right?
Yeah.
So that we can actually start spreading from that side over the Lord.
Okay, Lord, quarter of the health here.
They're going to make the attempt here. Jasmine tries, but Boyette's the one who secures it. Descent of Valkyries is good, but Boyette gets Idid as well. The RWM is out, and they can't get out. Nomad trying his best, dashing back and forward. He actually gets one, looking for a second, survives, but Cuffin says no. Double on Yves. Juviana finally out and about, but Cuffin, he's not letting anybody escape. Falcons get the full team wipeout and the Lord.
That's a full team wipeout, and Team Falcons will soar through this, ready to win the series here in a sweep. Off of that team fight, they'll clear out the minions. They're going to go ahead and lock on the base. They don't need the Lord. Team Falcons MENA will not